welcome back to my channel. My name is Alyssa and today I'm going to be showing you a tour of my brand new classroom. So if you're not familiar, I am an art teacher. I used to be a K-5 art teacher. This year I am a 6th and 7th grade art teacher, and I'm really excited to be transitioning from one grade set to another because this is my first year ever that I have my own classroom. So I have done virtual art, I have done art on a cart, I have shared my classroom with some not so nice individuals, and this year I have my room all to myself, and this new school is really great. I'm really excited to start off the year. I have met just a couple of my students so far, and I think this year is going to go really well. I'm really proud of how my classroom turned out, so I wanted to share it with you all because that is what I have been busy doing all week. I know this isn't my typical content, but rest assured, next week I will have my regular content out with arts and crafts, but this is what I have been working on creatively for the last week. So this is what I have to present to you all today. I think it will be a fun little insight into my daily life because this classroom is going to be where I'm spending most of my time this year. And I just think it's fun to see different people's classrooms. I watch classroom tours all the time just for fun. So if that entertains you, I hope you enjoy this video. If not, check back in on the next one and let's get started. So before I show you guys what my classroom looks like now, I'm gonna show you a few before pictures so you can see how the transformation went. So this is what the classroom looked like to start. It was a little bit sad in there, but it is a good classroom. But the back bulletin board has some sun-bleached Matisse paintings hanging off of it. And there was like no backing paper to the bulletin board, so it was just kind of sad. We have some decent Jen Stark drip paintings hung up on the wall though. Then there were these boxes of supplies that were stacked up and not opened yet, so I had to unpack all of those. There was also some random paint bottles just left on the desk there. Mind you, there was so much dust everywhere as well. Over here you can see there are some elements of art posters on the wall, which is great, but I wasn't really feeling these, so I did take them down. And also the school information bulletin board over here on the right was all ripped apart, so that had to come down. The desk area was like barricaded up with a bunch of unnecessary furniture, so I did get rid of a lot of this. And there were a lot of kind of tacky posters on the wall, no offense. So I took those down, and as you can see, there was just random stuff left all over the desk. There were just a lot of random things left behind. This whiteboard wasn't even hung up on the wall. But on a more positive note, there is a lot of natural light in this room, which I absolutely love. So now that you've seen some before shots of the classroom, it is now time to reveal the makeover. Drum roll, please. Apologies for that extremely dramatic introduction. So starting off right behind my desk, I have my adjoining door with the next classroom over, which I decorated with some streamers from the Dollar Tree because every day is a party in art class. I decorated this area over here with some plushies and a take what you need bin, which is an idea that I got from TikTok. Basically, you put some little toiletries in there for the students, and since I'm teaching middle school this year, I figured it would be nice to have one of those, because I know I would have appreciated that in middle school. Over here is my classroom sink. It's very tiny, and it drips a lot apparently, but I love it. It's nice and clean, and it's gonna be great to have while we're painting. I have some dish soap there that I mix with water to help clean the tables. And I also have some hair conditioner, which might seem weird, but another YouTuber that is an art teacher for high school said it's really good for cleaning brushes, so I'm gonna try it out this year. Over here we have some Spanish translations of commonly used art terms. I did this because most of my student body at this school is Spanish speaking, and I am not, so I'm trying to give myself some cues here to help give directions in both languages, and also for students to look at this too if they need some help. Over here I have plenty of drying racks and paper storage, so I'm super duper excited about that. Then we have my other adjoining door, which I also decorated with party streamers, because why not? And then we have the world's largest bulletin board I've ever seen in my life. It took my mom and I quite a while to set this thing up, but I used a hack of using some fabric as the backing paper instead of real paper, and it was so smart because I didn't rip anything. And I have my color wheels up here, some vocab, we have all of the elements of art, we have line, shape, value, color, texture, space, form. And I made these signs myself about 4 years ago, and they were nice and flat on the foam core when I first made them, but now they're kind of dented and messed up. But I'm still keeping them. I did just make this little display here with a giant pencil, an eraser, and a pencil sharpener this summer, and I do like it, but it doesn't look as good as the one I saw on Pinterest. Here is the literature section, which I'm trying to build up because this school really didn't have any art books in it. And I have my very cute sign, wait for it, oh yeah, good vibes sign. This was actually in my living room before, but I decided to bring it into my classroom. And I have some art-related games here as well. Two of my favorite being Hues and Cues and Picture Picture. I have this awesome poster hanging here that has a list of all different kinds of art careers so that students can see that being an artist is possible. It's not that far-fetched. And here is that whiteboard that if you saw in the beginning, it wasn't hung up, it was just kind of chilling. So instead of asking a janitor to hang it for me, I just decided to lean it against this cart for now. Also, you'll see my cute little Crayola rainbow bear that smells like strawberries. He comes along with me in all of my classrooms. The ice cube trays are for storing paint, in case you were wondering. And then I have these beautiful supply closets. I love them so much. I tried to label them with some simple pictures to remind myself what's inside of each one. And hopefully it will be nice to put everything in here so students don't just grab random materials that we're not supposed to be using. And here's a little peek on the inside of the closets. It's pretty organized. I did have to go through everything because it wasn't really organized when I first got into this classroom, but yeah, they look better now. And as we pan to the right, we have my cleanup directions, stop, look, clean, check, show, and my class expectations. So we gotta show respect, take care of our materials, and keep ourselves and others safe. Here is what I call my affirmation station. It has lots of positive self-talk statements, as well as what is known as brag bracelets. I got these on TPT, and each one of them has a different reason why a student may earn one, and they also have different artwork from different artists on each one. They look like little Apple Watches, and I'm planning on awarding them to students when I see them going above and beyond. So you can see some of the examples here. My school also gives out a school cash incentive as well, so I don't know how much I'm going to be using these this year, but I'm going to try to use them in tandem with school cash, so we'll see how that goes. Over here is where students can sharpen their pencils and sign out to go to the bathroom. I also have the agendas for both of my classes up on the board, so I'm only teaching 6th and 7th grade this year. In the front, we have a cart on wheels and a table, and both of these are going to be utilized to put materials on for the day so that students know exactly what they are allowed to use, so they're not just digging through the closets and messing everything up. Here we have my smartboard. It's working well. Hopefully it stays that way for the rest of the year. And panning over to the desks. We have my demo table in the center. So right now I have my desk set up kind of in a circle or like a horseshoe shape, which usually is not my vibe. But the teacher before me did have it set up like this. So you know what? I'm gonna try it out this year. I feel like we have enough space to do it. Usually I don't like the horseshoe shape just because it makes it so hard to walk around the room, and I don't like that some students are usually backwards in this kind of setup. So I did my best to have only like 3 kids that are sideways and nobody fully backwards, because that just doesn't make any sense to me. Here you can see I got rid of a lot of the furniture near my desk. We got my coffee, we got my little ice cream and my paper cutter. I have a desktop computer because they did not give me a laptop. Little sad, but that's okay. We have some signs that I made. I did not make all of them, but some of them I did. And my giant Reese's peanut butter cup that hopefully we do that project this year. I think the kids will really like it. And I have some Spanish translations of the basic colors, some shelving for storage. I made these little wands here for pointing. They have also been used as talking sticks for a thing we do called Circle. And that is all for my classroom tour. I know this was different than my usual content. I'll be back next week with another Create This Book 3, but for this week, this is what I've been doing creatively. I hope you guys enjoyed getting this little glimpse into my classroom, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye guys!